Hello everyone and welcome again to Stitch Trek. I am feeling a little better. I'm on a bunch of antibiotics and hopefully it solves the problem that I was diagnosed with. It's been a lot longer for me from my last video filming than it feels like for you, because it took me an awful lot of time to edit and get that video out, considering that I was not feeling well. But JoJo's on the move. But I am feeling quite a bit better, and hopefully it'll solve the problem. Turns out I may have had a recurring infection. But here I am, back. Maybe not better than ever, but at least back and on my way to mending, I hope. But right now we are here to talk about day 6 of the Star Trek cruise from 2024. Now, this day was the last day that hosted a party, because the last day of the cruise there is no party because they don't want you to stay up late. They want you to go to bed early so you can be up early to leave the ship. The next day's events, I will include some footage of what happened. It's a more packed in the morning and afternoon day, and they kind of like leave the evening open so you have time to pack. Unless, of course, you want to like go hang out at the bars and stuff, and that's your choice. But it's best not to be hungover when they get you up bright and early to disembark. So my costume for this evening you have seen before, and that is the Wednesday Addams Vulcan crossover costume. So if you want to see how I made this costume, that video is this one. So what I'm about to show you is how I made a prop to go along with this costume. Because just walking around in the costume doesn't ever feel enough for me. I always feel like I need an accessory, like Spock's brain, which you never actually see in the episode Spock's brain, but it still felt like we needed something to clutch and keep away from people, to hold hostage. In this instance, with the Wednesday Addams Vulcan crossover costume, I felt like I needed Thing. If you haven't seen the Addams Family, I am confused and befuddled. But Thing is a disembodied sentient hand, and I decided to create my own. This is my Thing. I made it? I half made it. I altered a hand. A very specific hand, a very hard to find hand, because this one is articulated right at the joint. Every joint bends, and I really wanted that because this being a Wednesday Addams Vulcan crossover, Thing really had to be able to give the Vulcan salute. So I walked around with him like this. He did clutch my shoulder a few times when I was carrying things. Last day? There we go. I did not make the hand, but I definitely made it into Thing. So in this video, I will show you how you can do this if you want to. So I guess kind of like this is a Star Trek episode, but it's also an Addams Family episode. Tell your Addams Family fan friends how to make their own thing. So without further ado, let's begin the episode.
The task of the day is to create Thing from the Addams Family. I started by purchasing this slightly expensive but very perfect, fully articulated silicone human hand from Etsy. The first thing I'm going to do is to use upholstery thread to create the stitches around the wrist. Upholstery thread is durable enough to last. This is a broken felting needle. Felting needles have barbs that face down, so you can use it to press things into other things. Here I'm going to press the end of the thread down into the silicone. See here how I've created the look of a stitch? Actually sewing stitches through silicone on a flat surface like this would create tears. Here I'm at work on my lunch break, continuing the process. I'm using red paint and that felting needle to tattoo the wound lines onto the silicone. I'm dipping the tip of the needle into the paint and then stabbing the surface in a straight line. This is actually a technique of tattooing called poke tattooing. Now I just wash away the excess paint. And there he is. Thing. Back to the cruise. Support this venture. I think it would be amazing. One of our panels. This is the Picard panel, and it was wonderful. I mean, everything on this cruise is. I've probably said the word wonderful a million times. Walter Koenig. A gem every single time. I never miss the chance to see him. He's brilliant. He answered so many questions. And I've donned my costume, which looks much better with the accessory. When we had finished putting on our costumes and walked out of our quarters, who happened to come around the corner but Garrett Wong? And he noticed us. Deanna was a Barbie Klingon, and I was a Vulcan Wednesday. And he was so excited to see our crossover costumes that he took our picture. Now, I was really hoping that I'd have evidence of this encounter and that he would post it on his Instagram or something, but no, he didn't. So I have no proof, but I swear it happened, and it would be one of my happiest moments forever. Deanna looks amazing. Gosh, it came out so good. Another plush batleth. She's so into it too. Oh, it came out so good. Me, looking dour. It was really hard not to smile. Gotta stay in character though. Oh, I love this costume so much. It's so comfortable. A little saucy. This is just after our picture was taken by Garrett Wong, and we are just on cloud 9. Pull yourself together while you descend the grand staircase and into the crowd. Perfect. The toy package with Deanna's costume was absolutely great. This was the costume party. Deanna found a group of Klingons to have her picture taken with. Then we went for drinks on deck 14. The next day, we were inaugurated into the Borg Collective. You reach Borg Collective status, I think, at 5 cruises. And then each cruise after that, the Borg Collective earn more stuff. This was a bright, shining moment on the very last day of the cruise, and we were so honored. It's so fun. I think there was a party after this, but it overlapped with an event we really wanted to go to, so we didn't end up attending that. Just taking in the ship one last time. The Gorn's Gong Show. This is always one of our favorite events. I think it's a lot of people's favorite event. It's a showcase of Trekkies and their amazing talents. It's such a good time. The number of people in the promenade dwindle on the last day. Most people are back in their rooms, packing to leave in the morning. But we ran downstairs for a plate of sweets. One more time. Here we are on our way back to our room. Have a listen, won't you?
That's good.
Oh, that's how.
I'm really confused about life. Bring it interview style. The level of exhaustion on the last day of the cruise. It's real. It's real.
It hurts. It hurts so good. It hurts so good, though. Look at all the luggage in the hallway, Dan. Everyone's getting ready to go. It's so sad. It was really weird and wonderful being recognized around the ship for this little show that you're watching. We helped put together a wedding. We supplied the bride with a dress, a Star Trek uniform that I sewed by hand. We helped her figure out how to find flowers. We took video of it. I'm not going to post it here because that is their wedding, and I feel like that's not my place. But Josh Billingsley hosted it. He officiated. So many wonderful things happened on this cruise. Like every other time, I've never been disappointed by this adventure. Look how clean our room is now that we've packed. Whee!
It's still really not boring.
I don't work for them. I don't make money off of them, but I highly recommend it. I scraped together enough money to go on this, and I've never regretted it. So if you get a chance, do it.
Thank you so much for joining me for these last bunch of episodes about the cruise. I'm going to be resuming my normal costume creation and costume review episodes until the next time I hopefully venture upon the cruise. It'll be nice to get back to sewing. I really have been missing that. But I hope you've enjoyed our ventures on board. Maybe if you were on the cruise, you even spotted yourself in the background of something. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. I love our little get-togethers. And until next time, live long and prosper, Kapla! And